This is how it's gonna be. This is what you think of me. It's going down like I told you. This is how it's gonna be. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm not going anywhere. It's going down like I told you. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'll have you begging for mercy, begging for mercy. Oh, I'm dangerous. So dangerous. I'm dangerous. So dangerous.
Good morning. How are you, everyone? I screwed up already. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the day after April Fool's Day, Saturday, April 2nd, 2022. We are here this morning to talk about the 2019, 2022 WWE Hall of Fame from last night, which took place on April Fool's Day. And I got to say, a lot of April Fool's jokes I saw online were awful, terrible. It was great, and people believed it. Other ones I saw were horrendous. But welcome, everyone. I am one of your co-analysts. I am your Italian hero, Mr. Joey Image. We've got, I'm pointing this way. Well, there you go. We got two other guys. That's Geo Frost. That's Big T.
Big T.
What's up, folks? What's up, guys? What's up, everyone? You know what I mean.
What up? Hey.
Can I just complain really quick about April Fool's jokes yesterday?
Yes, you may.
Okay, so everyone knew that the Ring of Honor show was in Dallas, or in Garland, Texas last night, about 30 minutes outside of Dallas. Everyone knows Mania, all that shit is in Dallas too. So I went on Twitter and I saw a bunch of what do you call it, April Fool's jokes that, like, you got to make them believable to be funny. Like, the one I saw was like, a guy was like, woke up this morning to police surrounding my house and they didn't know what was going on. I was so scared. I went downstairs to find out, and apparently they found Elvis Presley's dead body in my basement. That's not believable. It's stupid. Okay, it's dumb. I got so pissed off. So yeah, I went on Twitter and I put I went in the middle of the day, so it would look like I didn't just make it up right when I woke up. And so I did it at the middle of the day, so the thing I wrote would make more sense, so people would think that it had been reported throughout the day and I was just commenting about it. And I wrote, very interested to hear, or no, very surprised to hear about this secret meeting happening between Vince McMahon and Tony Khan this weekend in Texas, since they're going to both be in the same town or whatever. I'm very interested to see what becomes of this. And I didn't put a LOL or smiley face or nothing. I didn't give any hints. And I got DMs, three DMs, one from a journalist who is a dirt sheet guy, who said, what did you hear and who did you hear this from? And I responded, you don't have a source? You're the dirt sheet guy. And he never answered me. Whatever. The other two were just fans that were like, is this real? Is this real? And I didn't answer them. And then somebody else responded publicly and said, where did you hear this? And I said, I saw it on the Dirt Sheet Report. And then a couple other people responded. Only one guy, I think, got it, that responded to me and said, I hear Tony Khan's buying WWE. I don't know if that was like another April Fool's joke back and he just got it, but nobody got. I finally, last night at like 11 o'clock, I responded, and I was going to go on there and say, this is just a joke, by the way, blah, blah, blah. And I forgot, so I went on there at like 11 last night. I put, oh yeah, April Fool's. And nobody got it. Like, not one person. Everyone thought it was real, or no one got that it was a joke. Come on, it's got to be fucking believable. I had people going all day with that.
It was either that or they were just too busy watching all the other wrestling that was going on for that weekend on whatever they're streaming.
It's crazy.
And
There's just so
the one
much.
thing I saw that you knew hands down was fake. I don't know why they put it out there. It was like it said WWE release Vince McMahon. They wish the best of luck in his future endeavor. I'm like, dude, really? He's seriously?
You know what? The only one that seemed kind of legit was the Drew McIntyre. Did you see the Drew McIntyre one?
No, I didn't.
It said yes, so yesterday was Friday. It said Thursday night. I don't know if they had a show somewhere, a house show or something maybe, or if it was just at the hotel. I don't remember. But it said Thursday night, WWE Chairman Vince McMahon and Drew McIntyre got into an argument about something with Drew's role in WrestleMania, and it came to fists. And so now Drew's been suspended for 30 days and he won't be on the Mania show. That seemed legit, but something about it was off. I think there was an LOL in it or something like that, or maybe a smiley face emoji or whatever that just gave it away that it was bullshit. And people were, so I responded and I was like, there was a link to it, or there was a link attached. I said, without even looking at the link, it's April 1st. And nobody responded to me. I was like, fuck, if they didn't put that LOL in there or that smiley emoji, it might have seemed legit, dude.
T, have you seen any April Fool's fake posts of regarding wrestling?
All day, I just wasn't paying attention. Like the only one that almost got me wasn't even wrestling related. It was football related. It was.
We don't worry. We're definitely not going to worry about that fake stuff today.
It was Colin Kaepernick signed a 3-year deal with the Patriots.
Never heard of her. So
that's why I never heard of
her. Well, the day's starting off already. Good morning, Linda. Welcome back as always. I like seeing her pop up in our chat room. We got some of our regulars that jump in on here.
Can you can StreamYard only stream to 2 of one site? Like you can only do 2 Twitters and 2 Facebook, stuff like that, or no? Or you can do more than that?
No, I can probably do more. I just have to switch them around because you can only do a max of 8 locations.
Oh, okay. I was going to add my Twitter account too, so it can go out live on mine as well.
Oh yeah, I could definitely do that. I would just have to pull off
one of them, yeah.
Probably my personal Facebook page because I stream to the Twitter one as well, though too. So we'll figure it out. We got this.
I have 7,700 followers on Twitter, so that.
Okay, then
that would be great if we can add at least 100 viewers out of that.
Okay, then going forward, what we'll definitely do is we will.
I just don't know how to do that.
We will pull off my Facebook one. And
and add that one separate. Okay.
Well, it will be added with the Facebook one, but except it'll just swap out for when we do the stuff.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, that's great. That's fine. That's fine.
And everybody, as Joey did the openings for the show. Welcome to the BodySlams podcast. This is Breakfast and BodySlams. Up top there, BodySlamsPodcast.com. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification button. Find out when we are live. Even though he hosted many other podcast shows, he is now in training to be one of the main legit hosts. So if I'm not here doing this, Joey's going to be able to work with StreamYard and hit all the buttons and put in the nuclear codes and this and that and whatnot. But it is what it is. I see we got. You just did L.
I didn't realize that if you type that, it goes under every. It goes to every thing we're sharing on. I just wanted to go in that chat.
Yes, that's us.
Well, thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh, that's all good. It's all good. But you know what? We're gonna have to jump into things here only because at 12 o'clock we're gonna be doing a pop-up show for the NXT pre-show for us to talk about that. And then we'll do a post show right after NXT. So let's jump into things with the WWE Hall of Fame. But before we do that, I do want to touch upon one thing, and that is right before the Hall of Fame, they had SmackDown. Why the hell would they put Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and the Intercontinental Championship on early in the show and not save that towards the end? That made no sense whatsoever.
I didn't even see SmackDown yet.
Yeah. T, have you even watched it?
WrestleMania started at Monday, really. So
There was a whole bunch of stuff going on.
yeah.
But yeah, the one thing I did not care. I'm sure the guy's a great guy, great talent. Madcap Moss going over into Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm not a fan of that.
I just said I didn't see it and you spoiled it for me.
My
That's okay.
bad.
I am probably not going to watch it, to be honest.
That-
I haven't watched WWE TV in a very long time.
Yeah. And Ricochet did successfully defend the title against Humberto and Angel Garza. So that's out the bag too, since you didn't watch it either. But moving along, jump.
Yeah, I don't care.
They're doing a changeover. We're hitting the WWE Hall of Fame. And up the bat first, we got to see the son. Oh, here he is. He's already hitting the button.
I figured it out. I just want to see if it worked.
Okay. And you see the son of Rick Steiner, Braun Breaker.
You know what?
As yes.
Now that they acknowledge that, can they just make him a Steiner? Just let him be Rex Steiner like he used to be? Or Bronson Steiner or whatever. Let him. I like the name Rex better than Braun or whatever, but let him be a Steiner now. Just change his name. Everyone will understand.
I think they would want it to, but the whole Breaker thing came from his early years in football and stuff.
Yeah. No, I knew that, but
yeah,
I don't know. I guess maybe it was his idea. What do I know? But
Yeah,
I would just like him to be a Steiner.
I guess he don't want to live off the Steiner name. That's what it is.
Yeah, maybe.
And be his own man.
Yeah.
But here we got to see finally got to see the I'm gonna say probably the world's greatest tag team ever, next to the Road, because everyone hands down always claimed the Road Warriors. A lot of people are claiming the Dudley Boys and stuff. Some people would even go as far as saying the Hardys, but hands down, pound for pound, skill, the Steiners are right there with the best of the best. T.
I say they're up there with the best of the best. The early days Steiners, I like their work better than when they evolved into their singles role.
Oh, most definitely. That's what they're going off of anyway.
But it's to each their own. My tag team list is a whole lot different than yours.
Yeah, Joe, you look like you want to say something interesting there. You got that grin on
Nothing
your
I
face.
say is interesting. No, I think I think they're definitely in the conversation for top best team of all time. I'd say them, the Dudleys, the Road Warriors, and I would say top 5: Steiners, Dudleys, Road Warriors. I think Demolition, because they were basically Road Warrior clones, but I love Demolition. And I'm partial, but I'm gonna say the Rockers because I'm friends with Marty. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's definitely not.
I'm pretty
anybody
cool with Marty too. Yeah,
I don't think it's anybody that's currently on TV as a tag team, or whatever. I don't think. Maybe. I mean, I don't want. I don't know. Maybe the Hardys, but they're still going. Like I don't want to put the Hardys in there because they're still going. I don't know. They could do bigger and better. Who knows? But I'm saying, as it stands, as far as teams that are no longer active, those are going to be my 5, I believe.
Yeah, because especially when you look at their accolades across the board, the way they were. What was one of your favorite moments with the Steiners as far as growing up of teams that they were facing? Because honestly, I can name a few. I can name a few of great feuds they had that I really enjoyed.
Dude, I think when so one moment that always sticks out in my head is when they wrestled Doom. When Doom was still masked, when it was Ron Simmons and Butcher Reed, they still had the mask on, and they lost the mask title versus mask match. Steiners were the champs, and Doom was the champs. And no, wait, was it?
I think Doom was the champ.
Yeah,
I believe.
No, I think Steiners were, because if Doom won, they got the titles, but if the Steiners won, Doom had to unmask.
Do you remember the take home?
No.
T, do you remember the take home of that match?
I don't remember half.
I actually do. It was Butch Reed in the ring at the time. The mask was a little bit loose. He puts his head down. Rick Steiner does a run by. As he puts his head down,
oh wait,
he grabs the mask.
He grabbed it
and it comes off, which gives him.
I do remember.
and then they went into the finish.
Yeah, I loved Doom. I loved Doom.
Exactly.
I didn't know who they were at the time. I just knew Teddy Long because he wasn't wearing a mask, and but I loved watching their matches. And then when they unmasked, I was like, holy shit, that's Ron Simmons. Like this is amazing. And that's Butch Reed. It was so cool, man. And that's the one Steiner thing that sticks out in my head, like, as far as like one of my favorite matches with those guys.
Yeah, another thing, I like two of the runs they had, the runs against the Samoans constantly, whether if they were dubbed as the SST,
Oh, the SST, yeah, Simone SWAT team,
or the head shrinkers in WWE. The other one that stood out, a team that gave the Steiners a run for their money, Doc and Gordy, when they were when they were just coming back from Japan, and they were like literally beating the piss out of the Steiners.
They were called the violence and something I forget.
Yeah,
something with violence. I don't even remember now.
I definitely would have to look that up. See, any of your fond memories of the Steiners?
Yeah, the Bulldog off the top. I was too young.
Oh, I love that, dude. Like, honestly, when I was in the gym training, we actually we worked on that move actually, but instead of putting them on top of the shoulders, we actually went from a wheelbarrow position, flip the guy up, and then the partner would come off with the Bulldog. It was great. Even though we changed it up a little bit, it was still the same. It was inspired by the Steiners by far. And with them going into the Hall of Fame, they hands down, their legacy will definitely live forever in the world of professional wrestling.
Can we talk about how the whole show was speeches about my career, and I did this and I worked for this guy and thanks this guy and blah blah, and then Scott Steiner used his entire time to talk about Randy Savage talking to a cow.
Yes,
it was the weirdest thing. I was like, what the hell is going on?
That took up that took up 3 minutes out of their 4, and he still believes that Randy and the cow knew each other.
Yeah, it was a funny story, like, in itself, but as far as being a part of the Hall of Fame, when again everyone else was talking about, hey, this was my career and I thank you and blah 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 blah, he was just so weird. It was so super random. Not what I expected from a Scott Steiner speech.
Yeah, this here was a good moment for me, just by far as the Steiners going in. I actually should have just pulled my action figure. I should have grabbed my action figure sitting over there. I had the Steiners sitting on my one shelf. I could have brought them over here. And
what else
on the show?
You know what else came to mind when this show started? When they came down, I'm so not used to seeing Rick Steiner without his headgear. Remember, he used to wear the amateur headgear.
He was just commenting about that.
Yeah, right.
I'm staring at this TV, right? And throughout
is the mic on?
Is your mic on?
I don't know.
Can you hear it, T?
It doesn't sound like it. No, it doesn't sound like it's on.
It's on there. Let me.
It sounded fine before.
Listen.
There you go.
Listen. I'm staring at this TV. I go, I know as a kid, this boy had on headgear throughout his whole duration. How you get cauliflower ear, fam?
That's pretty funny, actually. I didn't even think of that. That's fucking hilarious. I didn't think of that.
Like he probably got when he was in school and college.
Yeah, when they were doing college wrestling.
But I'm like flabbergasted.
That is really funny though.
Like, I know he wore headgear throughout his whole time. What happened?
That is really funny.
Let's just give it a quick check.
He sounded fine before.
Hello. Yeah,
there we go.
Sounding now?
Yeah.
Oh, he probably just got to talk a little bit louder. That's all it is.
No, it sounded like the mic wasn't on at all.
No, I just checked everything. I just plugged it back in too. So it was. I unplugged it, plugged it back in just in case. But yeah, we're working good. Hey, it's all good. Hiccups do happen. All right. Moving along from the Steiners, and and one thing I was a little confused about the music that they came out to. It wasn't the
It wasn't the Steiners, right? It wasn't their WWE music.
No. And moving along, this one I was really impressed by the way
Really?
WWE. No, hold up. Hear me out on this. It's just the way WWE packaged it when they did the package video, and then when you hear her speaking up on there, it was so eloquently. And with Booker up there, it was a husband giving praise to his wife as far as being his partner in the business. Yes, she may not had the in-ring stuff going on, but the experiences that she put herself through for those ha-ha moments as a queen, being scared and doing it, and like I said, that package that WWE put together made me see her in a different light. She played her part. It's not the part that we would always like to see a female in wrestling, get their hands dirty in there, putting in the work in the ring and this and that. She had her part and she did her part. And now I can sit and acknowledge that, okay, she had her role, she did it, she brought her game, and I'm not gonna knock her for going into Hall of Fame, because like I said, there's plenty of other people who we look at and we always question, like, why is that person in the Hall of Fame? Like, what the fuck? Especially the celebrities.
Yeah.
So hands down, after last night and watching this, Queen Sharmell, congratulations of being inducted into the Hall of Fame, because like I said, I can't knock it now.
I'm not going to knock her being inducted. I just think her speech was way too rehearsed. I mean, it was very robotic. It was like she had been reading it from a teleprompter, which I know she was.
A lot of people were.
All right.
No, I know that, but it sounded like that's what I was trying to do right there. Like she rehearsed it and rehearsed it and rehearsed it and rehearsed it and just memorized everything and just kind of didn't go off, what she remembered or whatever. I think her and him and her were awesome together. I just thought her speech itself was kind of too rehearsed and robotic.
We got Linda chiming in there.
But
the video package was awesome.
Yeah, I could believe she made it. She basically is a valet, and she started from a Nitro girl, so she moved up. It's not like she's just Queen Sharmell one day.
Yeah.
Plus, as for the way she's speaking, she's a former pageant queen, so she speaks elegantly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, etiquette. That's one thing I was gonna say. When the way she was speaking so nicely, it was like I was thinking I was listening to like Michelle Obama speaking.
But these ladies, they go through training, speeches, and
educated. It shows that she's an educated woman.
Yeah, basically. Right. So I don't know. This already knew.
She looked so, like this picture right here with her and Booker, she looks so genuinely happy. Like, I mean, obviously everyone's all smiling and stuff, but she looked like so overjoyed to be there. It was really cool. Again, I ain't knocking her going in. I just thought her vocal delivery sounded a little robotic, but she seemed like legit, like just super happy to be there, and I thought it was awesome. And Booker's always great anyway.
Yeah, she basically, I think she was just happy and taking it in and taking it back, because she got into the Hall of Fame being a valet, just doing what she was supposed to do, and knocked it out the park.
Okay. And like I said, it's so, and like you said, her speech and stuff like that, so just genuine, the look on her face and stuff like that, and with Booker, all the praise he was giving her. It started to honestly, give me a headache when he kept saying all hail Queen Sharmell throughout the whole thing. But other than that, I see where he was going with it. He loves her so much that he wants to acknowledge her.
The first couple of times he said it, I thought he was saying "oh hell," because it rhymed. Because hail and Sharmell don't rhyme. So when he was saying, I thought he was saying "oh hell, Queen Sharmell." I'm like, oh my god, what in the hell? And then when they showed him close up, I realized he was saying "all hail," and I was like, man, I thought that was a rib or something.
Yeah. Let's move it along here. We got next. Oh, okay, went too well. No, there we go. This was a very interesting moment. Let me pull that banner off the top there so we can see it better. There we go. JTG.
Yeah, he should have spoke. I don't know if they didn't let him or he didn't want to, but
I think he more or less was like, "Hey, this is for Shad and the family." You know,
no, I mean, I get it. Like, let his wife talk, but it would have been cool if he did as well.
Yeah, between the video package to the very end of it, I was in tears. I was getting choked up so much, especially just seeing his son out there. How as a father he risked his life for the love of his child, and to see this moment here where they're doing the crime time, you know, their handshake and stuff and all that with his son. That there, like, yo, it like, wow, cool. That hit hard there.
Yeah, I only met Shad one time, and unfortunately it was at a funeral for Paulie Normus, my old tag team partner.
Oh, I remember.
But him and Paul were super close when they were roommates in OVW, and they were real close. And I met him there, and as soon as he heard, I think Danny Inferno introduced us, and as soon as he heard that I was Paul's old partner, he was. We were talking like we had known each other for years. He was such a good dude. He wore the wrist tape that said Paul E on Raw after Paul died, and I have a picture of that somewhere right off of TV. But he was just a great dude. I mean, obviously he was a hero. I mean, this is, you know, his last, like they said, his last act was saving his kid, man, and his, you know, obviously his wife was there or whatever. But he was just, like I said, when I met him, I never met him before that, and I never saw him in person since. And he was just like we were always, you know, like we were always buddies, like we had known each other for years. It was awesome. And when we did the Paul Enormous Memorial Show, when I was still a part of Pro Wrestling Syndicate, I was still one of the guys running the company at the time, so I didn't want to be in a big important match. So I just put myself into we did a Paul Enormous Memorial Battle Royal, and I just threw myself in that just to have something to do. And Shad sent us a video and was like, "Can you play this during the show? It's just like a little loving tribute to Paul and blah blah blah." So it was like a 5-minute thing where he did a little speech, talked about Paul. I wish I knew where that was. I haven't seen it since that day of that show, but he was just a classic.
Right now, it could be floating around on YouTube somewhere, and you just have to look it up, maybe.
No, I doubt it. I'm talking about Shad's video, not the show. But he was a classy dude, and you know, I was very upset when he passed away, and but again, you're happy at the same time on the way it happened and what he was doing when he went.
Yeah, it was a blessing to hear all the stories, and I'm sure there's a hell lot more stories from his wife mentioning about how many times he put his life at risk to help others.
Yeah, she mentioned the armed robbery thing in Florida a couple years ago. I remember seeing that.
I remember that too.
Yeah, I think on the Observer or like WrestlingInc.com or something. And I remember thinking like, Jesus, that dude could have got shot, man. Like, you know, but like he didn't care. He just took care of business. Like it wasn't. You know, I'm sure he was worried, obviously, but something had to be done, and he did the right thing. And it's like that guy is not only a hero, like what a person should be, but he was what a father should be. I got no kids, but if I did, I would want them to be a man like him, the kind of man he was, I should say.
Yeah, and then what was it? She mentioned about how their dog got stolen, and he went and found the perpetrators.
Yeah, and he did some things. He did some things I probably can't say in this speech, but
yeah,
he got the dog back.
and the one thing I did enjoy at the end, where she spoke to her son and mentioned that what sheepdog about being protector. Sheepdog knows he knows the empathy of others, as well as he knows to
the violence.
Yeah, the violence to go to that next level, I guess, where you would have to protect those ones you love and stuff like that. Yeah. So and that's like, I never thought about it like that. I'm like, damn, you know, there's so many unsung heroes that are like that's out there, especially fathers who have that love, that want to be who wants to be supported and be the nice peaceful guy, but they have no problem if you mess with their kids or anything,
Oh
or
yeah,
their
of course.
family, have
Yeah.
no problem to rock that orange jumpsuit if they have to.
Yeah.
So much love and blessings going out to Shad, to his family. It's beautiful to see that smile on his son's face there.
I had the I had almost had the opportunity to meet his wife at a wrestling convention that I did. I think we talked about this the other night, actually, where I talked about I was sitting next to Brian Knobs and Blue Meanie. That convention, she was supposed to be there, doing all, because she's also I don't know if famous is the right word, but she's also in the entertainment world. She's been a fitness model for a long time and a
okay, I did
bodybuilder,
not know. I did not
something
know
like
that.
that. Yeah. Um, she's in the fitness field and she's been a fitness model for a long time. I mean, look at her; she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be there doing autograph stuff, and something for some reason she couldn't come. This was 2015, I believe it was. For some reason she couldn't make it, so I didn't get to meet her, but I was looking forward to that. But I did like I did like again where she said he may have done some things I can't say in this speech, but he got the dog back.
Yeah. And I'm sure you were tickled pink about that, because when I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, he's probably thinking of Buddy. I'm like,
Yeah.
Joe would go out there and go Sons of Anarchy on people.
Maybe
He'll-
it depends. It depends.
Joe wouldn't be in God mode. He'll be in Bobby mode.
Yeah, I could see that.
All right. Moving along here. Our next inductee into the 2022 Hall of Fame was represented by his wife and his son, and that is, some people might know him as Vader. When I started watching him, he was Big Van Vader. So
I actually thought he was already in the Hall of Fame.
I thought so too, but here it was the induction. He
Yeah.
introduced Stan Hansen. That's why I thought.
Oh, that's right. Because they showed. You know what? I didn't remember until just now. They showed a clip in the package of him at the Hall of Fame wearing the suit and everything. And I'm
Yes.
like, I knew it. I knew he was already in. And then I watched everything, and it just never dawned on me again till you just said it. I forgot all about that. Damn.
Yeah, he had a tremendous career over in Japan before he came to
Yeah.
to WCW and stuff like that. And
That big helmet he wore, that big black helmet,
oh yeah,
with
we
the
got
smoke coming out of it. Oh, it was so.
Oh, that
goddamn-
there.
Yeah. That thing is just badass, dude. I mean,
I know.
I would love to see a guy walking down the street with that. I don't know anyone that can even hold it up, maybe.
Well, you said I got to wear a mask in this place. You know.
That's crazy.
Oh man, but yeah,
I didn't even notice that it was sitting out there for the Hall of Fame. I didn't see it.
no, it was actually covered up at first until
Oh,
the very
okay.
end of the speech, and then they pulled the veil off of it, and it was right there sitting.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, did they show it on camera?
Yeah,
Is this a picture from the broadcast? I didn't see it.
yeah.
I saw the whole speech though. I guess I didn't notice it.
Yeah, it was at the very end of the speech. They pulled it off.
I'm just looking at it now. It's so cool looking.
Yeah,
It's so scary. I remember seeing him come out with that thing on. And I was so terrified, even watching it on TV. Hey, can I tell you my story about the only time I ever met Vader?
Go ahead.
It was Jesus, I don't even remember what year it was now, but it was at I want to say 2011 or 12 at Legends of the Ring in Monroe, New Jersey. They do, the convention they do every year.
Vaguely.
Yeah, there's a ton of people there. So he was outside. It was like 2:15. I was waiting for a friend of mine to I had already been there for a while. I mean, I was never a guest. I was always just a fan there. I mean, I don't pay to get in, but still. So I would always just go and hang out, say hello to some people, whatever. But I was outside waiting for a friend of mine to show up who was coming. He was just coming a little bit later. My friend Mike, and Vader was outside the front of it's at a hotel. So he was outside. They have a big banquet room, conference room area. And he was just standing there, and he was waiting for. I didn't realize at the time he was waiting for a taxi to pick him up, go to his hotel or whatever. He was at a different hotel. So I walked up to him and I said, "Excuse me, sir, what time is it? And he looked at his watch and said, it's about 2:15. And I said, thank you very much, sir. And I walked away. And I was so upset because I wanted him to fucking say it's Vader time. And he said, it's about 2:15. I was like, come on, you can't tell me the actual time. I was so bummed. And I never saw him again in person after that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I met him one time at a show in Lancaster.
Yeah.
I regret I didn't get the opportunity to snag a pic with him.
Yeah, neither did I.
Because there's times where you don't want to be that mark.
Yeah.
When you're in the business, but at the same time, these are memories and stuff that after you're done, that that you're gonna have forever afterwards. Then
Yeah.
so it's like, so now when I can, I try to get pics more now than before, because who knows when the next time I would ever get to see.
So that's my thinking too. I talked about this on a different podcast I did last night, not wrestling related, but somebody asked me, I posted a picture on Twitter with somebody, I don't remember, and then like a week later I posted another picture with the same guy. It was a different picture, but it was from that day or whatever, and somebody responded saying, like, you just tweeted a picture with this guy last week, why are you sending it again? And I was like, listen, man, I take pictures every time I see somebody if I can. If I don't feel like I'm bothering them or whatever, because I never know when it's gonna be my last chance. Like, if I see Chio today on Saturday, I'm gonna take a picture and then I'll see him every time we're backstage at Ridgefield Park, dude. I take a picture every time.
We take some kind of selfie because it's always gonna be someone different in the pic with us and behind too as well.
Right. And I always send them to my wife too, just because I make goofy faces to her or whatever. But I always do, and it's because if say we're at Richfield Park tonight, I'm gonna take a picture with you behind the soundboard and everything. How do I know? God forbid tomorrow one of us gets hit by a bus and that's it, and then we're gone.
Yeah,
then I don't have a chance. Right, I don't have another chance to get another picture. How do I know? So now that everyone's got a camera in their pocket, I take as many pictures as I can. So I mean, obviously at the time nobody had actually no, we did. You know what? We did have iPhones. Those came out in 2007.
Yeah.
And this, when I saw him, at least it was 2011, 12. But it was Vader. I didn't want to bother him. And plus, my heart was crushed because he told me the time. He told me the actual time. I'm like, come on, man.
Vader will hands down definitely go as one of the greatest big men in the business.
Yes.
Doing a moonsault off the top rope, the Vader salt, and amongst other great matches he had, except for that, was his son mentioned, was it the White Castle of something? Affair, yeah, with Sting.
They did in WCW,
yeah. Yeah. He will be dearly missed and welcome to the Hall of Fame, Vader.
Yeah.
And now on to the main event of the evening. We got to see the chairman.
Hey, wait. Wasn't Mick Foley announced to be the Vader induction?
At first, and then I wondered, I didn't see him on here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they mentioned that at one point.
So, but hey, things change.
Yeah. You know what I thought when I saw this picture that's there now? I thought that was 4 guys dressed up as him.
Yeah. I kind of did too at first,
Yeah.
and then when I glanced closer, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe not.
Or I thought that Vince was going to announce him and he was going to come out of one of those, like that was one of those was going to be him standing there the whole time.
When you saw this moment finally happening in WWE with Vince McMahon on stage, what was your thoughts?
I haven't seen this part.
Oh, that's right. We caught him off only because he got all the way up to the Vader moment, and then now he has to go home and watch this now.
Yeah, man.
You're so deprived.
If we had an hour and a half left, we could play it.
I know, yeah, for real. You are so deprived, young man.
Dude, this as far as I was concerned, and I was there in 2013 when they inducted. I went because they inducted Bruno. I'm Italian. He's Italian. I mean, I had to go.
You don't say.
Italian pride, but this was my favorite induction of every Hall of Fame that they've ever done.
This was so long. It was like going to church.
But it was worth it, man. I thought it was great. A lot of people online were saying, like, Oh, what's this is so like spiritual and blah blah. I guess people don't realize like what I said to you last night. There's videos on YouTube of him like speaking at churches and stuff now from the last like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
Like
and
he was, I don't know if he's like a born again Christian or whatever, but he mentioned God like 3 or 4 times. Like he thanked his wife for bringing back my relationship with our Lord and Savior and blah blah.
and
Like I
and
mean,
here's
there's
the
stuff on
thing.
YouTube of him doing that stuff.
And here's the thing for the people that are bitching online about this here, uh this is his moment, not yours as a viewer. I'm like, okay, this is his moment. Let him have his moment. He's coming out of character for everybody to understand some of his life. He's breaking down, he's pulling that curtain, and take it for what it is. Be acceptance. Unless you want to be those people that's going to be oh man, he's doing this, I'm turning it off. I'll just, okay, he's in
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame. Okay, I just want to remember the Undertaker for how I remember him on screen, this and that. Don't you want to hear about the man behind the Undertaker himself? But yeah, Vince here.
If you go to YouTube and just search for Undertaker Church, the first like 8 videos are like Undertaker doing a testimony at a Pastor Ed Young's conference. How the Undertaker became a Christian, extended version, blah blah blah, and it's him talking about how he came to faith and believe in Jesus Christ. Blah. Like this is not something new. Like I saw people complaining just about that, about the religious references and stuff. Like, you know what? He's
Yeah.
fucking earned the right to speak as long as he wants. They could have done the whole show with one induction and just let him talk for 2 hours. I would
Yeah.
have watched every minute of it. But yeah, he's absolutely earned it.
Yeah, and then with Vince here, me and you were chatting in the chat room. I said, wouldn't it be great if Vince goes against his own rule and Vince thanks Vince?
That would have been hilarious. I'd like to thank myself for coming up with this character. Yo, there was no I mean, I know there's no kayfabe Hall of Fame night anyway, but I didn't expect Vince McMahon to go out there and be like, Brian Lee was the fake Undertaker, by the way.
I know.
I was like, what
I
the
heard
fuck?
that.
Why would you say that? SummerSlam '94, Undertaker and
Well,
Undertaker. And Bobby Heenan was doing commentary, and Bobby Heenan stood up and yelled, "Let's go, Undertaker!" And I always thought that was hilarious. 1994. I think I said 2004. But yeah, man, like I understand there's not really any kayfabe. Well, there certainly wasn't an Undertaker speech, but I didn't expect Vince McMahon to be like Brian Lee. That was the fake Undertaker, remember from 1994? Like, I can't believe he just said that.
God.
But you know what was cool? People go online and like Vince McMahon's a piece of shit. He doesn't care about any of his guys. He only cares about money and blah blah blah. Last night he grabbed Undertaker tight as fuck, hugged him and cried. And as soon as he started crying, he said, "I love you," and then took off real quick so he wasn't seen crying on camera. And I noticed when he walked away, he didn't wipe tears away because I don't think he wanted to be seen wiping tears away, like people knowing that, oh man, he's upset. You know what I mean? Or he's not upset. He's crying with happiness, but I don't think he wanted that to be shown or to be noticed on camera. Because it was really quick after like you saw his eyes welling up, and then he just kind of let go really quick and took off and made his way down the steps and out. And it was awesome, dude. Like I said, this is my favorite induction of all time.
And for this moment here, like this, like I said, there's too many people complaining about, oh my god, it's taking so long, this and that. Like, yo, the crowd was so into it, like, and he was so emotional. He was having that moment with the crowd. He was letting the fans have their moment to cheer him on.
Yeah.
And he was in awe to look around and see all these people, giving him that praise, that love, and he was just soaking it in, and that, and like I said, this is his moment, not ours.
A lot of it was like, even though he's been so freaking popular for the last 30 years, he debuted in 1990, so whatever that is, 32 years, something like that, almost 32 years. So like, even though he's been that popular and that well loved and known and respected, he still looked on his face like, holy shit, like this many people actually care about me, and like they think this much of me. Like, dude, you're the fucking Undertaker. I don't care about Mark Calloway. You're the fucking Undertaker. Like, there's no way that people don't give a shit. Like, it just seemed like he was surprised at the level of love that everyone's got for this guy. And like, dude, you know, it's so well deserved. Like, man, I'm gonna say it again. This is my favorite induction of any Hall of Fame show they've done.
I don't know who his tailor was, but
That's it.
they did an awesome job because you see, you got the wine color on the pockets there.
Yeah.
Then he had those wine colored stripes going down the side of the legs, and that one little up in the well, you can't see it here, but right up in the left side of where a lapel or whatever would go.
Yeah.
He had that nice color of purple right there.
Yeah.
And like if you stared really hard at his gear, and well, not gear, but his suit, and I love the designs and stuff.
Let me say one quick thing, just back to the Vader thing real quick. Did you notice that Vader's wife and kid were wearing his colors, the black and red?
I did not take notice. I was not.
Yeah, I noticed that last night. That was really cool. But I love this suit, man. This Taker suit was awesome.
Is it? Like I said, here with him, just the way he presented himself. Like I said, it was a sermon, unlike other sermons. He got to tell some stories of with some of the guys on stage.
Right here with the headset mic, it does look like he's in front of a church, like preaching. But I wasn't complaining about that. I thought it was awesome.
He's doing a seminar. He right now he looks like he's trying to sell Amway.
And no. Boy, wasn't long.
He's an app. This is what you call it, an interview for the House of Black, and he's expressing.
He's telling them what he can bring to the table.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that Amway joke. That's pretty good, dude. He's selling Amway. He's at a conference selling Amway.
Oh man, much love. Oh, but yeah,
it was so long too. He came out. I thought there were only. So first of all, I thought the show was from 10 to 11, but by 11:30, I realized like it's after.
I think it was done by 1, wasn't it? Like 12:30.
It was yeah, it was around 12:30 ish. But but he came out at 10:30. So I'm not 10:30. Sorry, it was 11:30 because it was 10 to 12. That it was scheduled 10 to 12 on Peacock. So he came out like 11:30 ish, and then
but it was worth it.
I was like, wow, they're giving him like a whole half hour. Like that's a lot. And then the opening standing ovation was at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He didn't get started until like 10 to 11 or something like that. Like so he went at least like 40 minutes, I would say 35, 40 minutes, something like that in a speech. Not including the Vince part.
No, this picture looks like he's selling suits.
No. Honestly,
you're gonna love the way you feel. I guarantee it. Taker's warehouse.
From here, from this vantage point, he's calling out a bunch of people. The whole BSK crew. Godfather for his
oh yeah, you know what? They showed the pictures of Yokozuna and Brian Adams.
They showed Kishi up there too. He was part of that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I saw him sitting there. Yeah.
What I'm surprised that they didn't have them all together standing on stage. The whole BSK crew with the
that would have been cool
and stuff like that. And Savio Vega was a part of that as well.
Yeah.
It was like. Yo, they were like squad mad deep. And then he also mentioned he referenced Brian Adams' crush.
Yeah, I said that. They showed a picture of him.
All right, well.
Yeah. But they showed a picture of him as NWO Brian Adams, not as WWE Crush. He called him Crush. He referenced him as Crush, but they didn't show the picture shows NWO. I was like, thank God they didn't show that freaking yellow and purple and orange bright ass suit.
Yeah, and then once he was finished with the whole speech and stuff, he was starting to make his way down the steps, and he just stopped. He paused because you got the crowd chanting, one more match and this and that, and and then next thing you know, he turns around, he looks back at all those attires that he has on those mannequins standing there, and then he
just
walks over. Yeah, he just picked one, just start putting it on, and the crowd started popping, going crazy.
They started chanting one more match.
Yeah,
right here.
And I have my little insight tidbit that I think how.
Oh yeah, I have my theory also.
Yeah, and then here, putting Don in the hat, respectfully. I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna drop to the whole knee and do the eyes roll, do the whole
Yeah.
with the hand and the eyes rolling
Maybe he
back in the
can't.
head.
Maybe his knees are too bad. He can't do that no more.
Man, that's a good
But
one.
I expected that too.
And then just making his way up the ramp. It was
Yeah.
like a moment. It was like an awe. In
Yeah, I watched because I had another group chat going on with the GSW guys, and I didn't speak or type or do nothing during this whole speech. I was just like glued to the screen watching this whole thing, and I haven't been glued to any screens watching anything to do with wrestling in a long time. But this just like captivated me. And then after the crowd, or when the crowd was chanting one more match, and he grabbed the mic and said, "Never say never," and put
And
the mic down and walked out. And I was
that's
like,
where
"Well, there we go." Now
that's
we
where
know what's
everything in my
happening.
head just. That's when everything in my head just start going cling, 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 like all thoughts. I'm thinking, okay, like how everyone saying about Cody Rhodes going to Mania,
Not
taking
anymore.
on Seth.
Yeah.
I'm
Now
thinking the first thing I'm thinking Taker's gonna come. Yeah, that's the first thing I'm thinking. That's popping in my head.
Yeah.
So he's probably he's over here half asleep or he's rubbing his eyes. Please don't say that. I want to see Cody.
Yeah, I kind of would like to see that too, and I think maybe they're not going to do that just because so many people, or sorry, maybe they're not going to do the Taker thing. I think now because so many people
no, it's just
it.
it's a
But
tease.
You know what? No, it probably is a tease, just a little toying with the fans a little bit. Not going to actually do Taker tomorrow or today, whenever I don't even know when the Rollins match is.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know when it is. Is that today's match, or is that today or tomorrow?
That's I got my list here, sir. That's going to be on night 1. That's tonight.
Okay.
We can find out tonight. So that should be interesting.
Yeah.
But there you have it, folks. That was our review of our quick review of the 2022 WWE Hall of Fame. Much love and respect to all those inductees, and stick around because shortly at 12 noon, we're going to get off of here and we're going to pop back up again for our pop-up pipe bombs. We're going to do an NXT Stand and Deliver pre-show predictions because that's even though I think their kickoff starts at 12 noon, but we're going to give our own predictions because the actual show starts at 1 o'clock, I believe. So, yeah, in about 7 minutes, we're going to be going live again. So tune back in. We're not going to waste anybody else's time because
what he's saying is go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
just go to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom, get your snacks, do what you have to do. We're going to be back here shortly. And if you like our merch, this is one of our original shirts, BodySlams Breakfast and BodySlam shirt. Go up there to BodySlamspodcast.com. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, find out when we are live as well. Try to get our merchandise. It goes back
Don't
to
forget
everything.
Don't forget the ticker below.
Yeah, yes, the ticker below. We told Jimmy that we will have this on for every show we got all the way up to Monday night.
Weekend, Monday night, yeah.
Yeah, so for our friend Jimmy Corderas, if you want his merch, ProWrestlingTees.com. Jimmy the Ref, where you can get his Ref and Rants shirts, as well as the 3 Count My Life in Stripes as a WWE referee. The book is on Amazon, so that's something you might want to probably purchase, T, because I know you're a reader and you like collecting books. So with that being said, I'm Chio. This is T. Joey, all the way over at home.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be back momentarily in 5 to 6 minutes. So
they will. I won't. I'll catch you all tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. on Breakfast and Body Slams.
All right.
For our review of WrestleMania Night 1.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good night, y'all. I mean, good night. Catch you all later.
Sleep tight.
All right. See you soon in a couple minutes, everyone.
This is how it's gonna be. This is what you think of me. It's going down like I told you. This is how it's gonna be. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm not going anywhere. It's going down like I told you. I'll be the last man standing here. What you gonna do? I'm gonna rock you. What you gonna do? I'm gonna rock you. What you gonna do? I'm gonna rock you. I'll have you begging for mercy, begging for mercy. Oh.